Peace to the family. So this is Brother Polight in his shining bright star. Met at Hotel Batumre. Look at the sauce, look at the sauce, look at the sauce. She finally got her first pair of ripped up jeans. She killing them now. This is what she does. Look at the hairstyle. Hold on. Let me show you this hairstyle right here. Ooh, look at that. You know, she had it for a little, but just understand. Shout out to Raya, Unky Tech. Hold on, let me turn your head around. Boom. So, you know, you can see that on the side. Bow, bow, bow. Boom, bow. Look at her. Oh, beautiful young lady. Yeah, peace to the family. So what I'm going to talk to you today about is 9 to 5. The 9 to 5 job. Are you making a living or are you earning a death? How about that? Are you making a living or are you earning a death? And now I can spend a great deal of time speaking on this matter. Her hair dope, right? That's what's up. Robert Miller said your hair is dope.
Thank you.
That's nice. I mean, you should have seen it when it first was tight. But it still looked hard to me, so that's why I was like, man, I want to just share that and inspire people to do that with their baby girl. Make sure they stay natural. Peace to Baltimore. You know we got love there. Make sure y'all share this video. We're going hard in the paint. We're going to talk about, are you making a living or are you earning a death? We got to have this conversation. You ready? William P. McGuinn. That's what I'm talking about. Again, if you're interested in the mentorship program, go to brother POLIGHT45@gmail.com. Brother POLIGHT@gmail.com. Yes, we on the swing, baby. We on the swing. We getting it in. She's swinging us. It's not me. Just make sure Daddy don't fall alive.
I'll try not.
Don't try to. You need more cooking videos? I'm with it. Right now, make sure you share this video. Those of you that's interested in the mentorship program, make sure you send your full name and your phone number. Your full name and your phone number. Send it to brother POLIGHT45@gmail.com. Brother POLIGHT45@gmail.com. That's how we're gonna do that. Now, we're gonna combine a bunch of information today. For starters, we're gonna break down the mathematics on why we can qualify the fact that you are earning a death and not making a living. Because if I were to ask you, what is life about? Or what does life entail? Or what are the best things of life? Or what are the better things that life has to present? I would hope that you gain a lot from meditation, gain a lot from prayer, gain a lot from reading, gain a lot from studying, gain a lot from traveling, gain a lot from experiencing different foods, literally, in the places that it corresponds with in the world. But for many of you, that's right, Clarence, good looking, I spoke to you today. Many of you don't have those experiences. Many of you have yet to do those different things because you have to choose from amongst those things that which you will do because you don't have a life no more. And there's other things, of course. Maybe drive nice cars, live in nice homes, or experience beautiful hotels. Spend lots of money, or spend some money recklessly without consequence. These are also some things. And now somebody got upset when I said, and this got to be a different stream, but someone got upset when I said I love money. And I said, well, you never got upset when people said I love those shoes, I love that house, I love that car, and I love that music. Money is the facilitator to get all those things. So instead of me getting a Jesus type, I decided to go straight to the source and just love money. Because if people could love shoes, and they could love sweaters, and they could love cars, and I could love the money that need be acquired in order to embark upon the acquisition of those things. I said I care about people, and I love money. And that went over people's heads. Because I never heard someone say, I really care about these shoes. Or I really care about this sweater. I really care about that song. I never heard nobody say that. So I said, you know what, maybe we need to put care to preference, and we can keep love on the objective aspect of things, because at the end of the day, people equate love with people as well as material things. But most times and often, when you hear the word care, you know you're talking about people. When you hear the word love, it's equated with human beings and objects. It's a fact. What's up, Quiet Bills? We're gonna put some work in before you get back to the job or the Job. It's funny that they should call the word job Job. And in the scriptures, Job was the one who suffered the consequence of getting balls on his skin, subject to famine, and losing his family. Because God and the devil had a bet, and God told the devil, you know, try my noble servant Job. Bet you can't crack him. Bet you can't trick him like Adam and Eve. And they roll the dice on it, and they make a bet, and they gamble, and the next thing you know, Job is going through hell. But it's interesting, because you go through hell when you go to the job. You go to hell when you go to the job. So it's interesting when you look at the book of Job, pronounced in this English accent, job. Oh, getting on your Job, getting on your job. Right? So are you earning a living? Pardon me, are you making a living or earning a death? You're making someone else's dreams live. So when you work hard to manifest someone else's dream, that simultaneously becomes your nightmare. And that's what the job or the workplace has become. It has become your nightmare. You have to ask yourself, what is your purpose on earth? Because if you have purpose or you know your purpose, you wouldn't want to work that long for somebody else, because you would want to fulfill your purpose. Unless you think your purpose on earth is to work for somebody else, we're going to really share some valuable information with you that's economically relevant. And the reason why it's economically relevant is because you're not going to get taught it elsewhere, anywhere else. So I'm going to just spend this time, this quality time with the people to share some information that they may or may not know. And hopefully you hear something that you haven't heard and it's motivational, and you can also apply it and use it in real time. If I'm saying it, I'm saying it by design for you to be able to apply it in real time. Okay, let's take a walk. Let's walk and let's build. Let's walk and let's build. Ready for the build? Ready for the walk?
Yeah.
Okay. We done swinging. We done swanging. We on this nice swing. We're about to build with you right now. There goes the swing. My baby girl. Look at my baby girl. Yeah, little first Air Max. And first pair of ripped up jeans. Look at her. Hey, what's up, man? I'll be back. Okay. Wrap this up for me? You can wrap it up for me? Okay. Yeah. So, this is what we have to discuss. Let's go over mathematics just to start this off. Don't forget to share this video, and if you're interested in the mentorship, contact myself at brotherpolight45@gmail.com. Brother POLIGHT45@gmail.com. Always leave your full name and your phone number. Next, download the app Brother Polight, POLIGHT. Spell brother the right way. Brother Polight. Download the app and make sure you get that, because a lot of updates will be up there, and it's going to be information that's exclusive on the app to all the other media platforms that I use. Or pages, I should say. The app is actually the platform. So please stay in tune with us on that. You good, baby?
Yeah.
All right. So now, are you making a living or are you earning a death? Share this video, family, while we speak. Our brothers and sisters need to hear this, because many of us are complacent with having a job. And people mock you if you don't have a job. They make fun of you if you don't have a job, but actually you're in the best position to do something very creative. You don't realize how creative you are until you force into that position sometimes. I had to become my most creative when I didn't have no work. Some of us crack under the pressure, others of us rise to the occasion. But what we all need is some kind of support system. That I won't lie to you about. And many of us wouldn't crack if we had enough support, or supporting cast, supporting family members, however you want to call it. Many of us would do a lot better if we just had a little bit more support. These are facts. Many of us would do a lot better. Let's take a look over here. It's looking nice. So, let's take a look at this paradigm. Let's take a look at some of the things that's not being taught to us. And let's see what we could do to reinvent ourselves or change our situation. Well, first of all, to work 9 to 5 is to go 8 hours. And to go to work and to come back to work. I met a sister this week, told me it takes her 2.5 hours to go to work. So that's to and fro, that's 5 hours. We're not even going to deal with her situation. We're just going to say the average person might have to take about an hour to go to work, an hour to come back to work. And they work a 9 to 5, which is 8 hours. So that puts them in a 10-hour space between going to work and coming back. 10 hours. 9 to 5, 8 hours. Going to work, 1 hour. Coming back from work, 1 hour. We established that's 10 hours. The average person's supposed to sleep for about how long? 6 hours a day. They say 8 hours, but we know the average person is supposed to sleep, or average person is sleeping about 6 hours a day. So we look at the 9 to 5, 8 hours, going to work 1 hour, coming back from work 1 hour, and 6 hours that the average person is sleeping. That's 16 hours out of 24 in the cycle. We only have 8 hours left. We only have a third of our life left. Think about that. So we got 2/3 of our life that we're spending on working, literally and immediately. Because there's other factors. But right now, we do know this. We know the 9 to 5 is 8 hours. Going and coming back is 2 hours. And going to sleep is 6 hours. We know that's 16 hours that we could definitely say no longer belong to us in our life. And now we have what? We have only 1/3 of the cycle left. So 2/3 of our life, we're contributing to building someone else's dream. 2/3. You hear that, baby? 2/3 of people's life. If life was these 3 fingers,
yeah,
I would have the middle finger left up, but I don't want to vulgar. So if life was these 3 fingers right here, people are using 2 out of these 3 for working for people, and that's all they got left.
1.
So let's say life takes 3 fingers.
Yeah.
They got to use 2 of these fingers. They got to sacrifice 2 of those fingers just to live out the rest of this portion of their hand. Ain't that crazy?
Yeah.
So, what I'm saying is, look at your hand and imagine if out of the 5 fingers you have, right, you was only able to use 1 and a thumb. How difficult would that be? Would that be what a hand is all about?
No.
To be a hand, you need all 5 fingers, right?
Yeah.
So imagine living this life with only 2 of these fingers, and 1 is half the size of a finger. So you got like 1.5 technically, right?
Yeah.
And then here we go with the rest, they down, because you have to use this to work. So imagine if you were forced every day to not use your whole hand when you actually have it. Why would you do that? If you can choose to not use most of your fingers or choose to use all of your fingers, which one would you choose? If I said, do you want to use your whole hand every day or you want to use some of your hand every day, which one are you going to choose?
My whole hand.
Of course, you're going to choose your whole hand, right?
Yeah.
So what I'm saying is, in life, right?
Yeah.
We've been handed a great deal of potential to live, to thrive, to do things for other people and to do things for ourselves based on our mind's eye. But they created a system. They created a system that tells us to do otherwise. They created a system that preoccupies us with creating these opportunities that we were handed to someone else. Now imagine this, baby.
Yeah.
Imagine if with your 5 fingers, someone only told you can use your pointer finger and your thumb, because you're going to have to use your other 3 fingers to help other people use their whole hand. How would that sound?
Crazy.
It would sound crazy. So what's happening is we've been given a life, right?
Yeah.
And we tell time and we know it's 24 hours in the whole cycle, right? After 24 hours, a whole day goes by. So that average person, it's hard for you to probably factor this in, because the reason why this might be hard for you to factor it in, because you're around daddy and mommy and you see us work for ourselves. But normally, little girls like you, their mommy or their daddy is gone. You don't see them the whole day because they got to work. So they don't get a chance to see how beautiful you become, how your attitude changes, you hang out with me throughout the day. If you're not with me, you hang out with mommy throughout the day. And people always say that's not right. She should be with, no. What's not right is the parents is not around. That's not right. Let's be for real here. I'm supposed to be around at this age. She's 11 years old. She's turning 12. July 31st next month. We turning up. We turning up. She's turning 12. Right? So, that's another note. Baby girl's turning 12 next month, July 31st. And 10 days later, daddy's turning 35. We got 10 days apart. Leo season. We going all the way in. All the way in. So now this is what we need to understand. A group of people designed this world in such a way that we should spend more than half of our day working for somebody to make their day better, and to make their future better, and to make things better for their children, and make things better for their wife, and better for their husband, and better for their cousins and nieces and aunts. And in the meanwhile, while we're making other people's life better, guess what? Our life is not that good. What you think about that?
That sounds terrible.
It's definitely terrible. And the reason why it's terrible is because what if you see how you get to go to Disneyland when you want? You see how you get to go to the Miami, and then we get to go to the Miami Heat basketball game and all that other stuff? We wouldn't be able to do that if I wasn't an entrepreneur, if I wasn't somebody who put the power within my own hands to be creative enough to be able to live or thrive. None of that would exist, because that's not normal. When we went to the basketball game, how many children did you see there?
Not a lot.
Not a lot. When we was chilling in Miami, how many children did you see around?
Not a lot.
Okay? During school hours, you definitely don't see no children. You homeschool. So what I'm telling you is, you live in a whole different world where the norm is a case study for you. But every now and then, I got to make sure that you come to terms with what is other people's reality. And it's a scary reality, because in that reality, daddy wouldn't be able to be around you as much as ours, and mommy wouldn't be around you as much as ours. So now the goal is to make sure you understand this enough so you don't fall into the same trap and think, let me go get a job. There's nothing wrong with working for somebody. It's good to learn discipline, how to commit yourself to doing something day to day. It's best, though, if you come into the family business. That's what's better. Because with that, you still have liberty and have certain luxury to still live your life while understanding and adopting new disciplines, while also establishing a know of a certain business science, or to be acclimated to the concept of business in itself. It's very important. So, the thing about this is, if you value time with your children, you need to pay attention to this information. And if you want to have children, you need to pay attention to this information. If you want to have a lover, you need to pay attention to this information. Because if you're not there to love your lover, this is the reason why so many of our relationships are failing. People always talk to you about the problems that the black community is having, but they don't never talk to you about the solution in the form of economics. The solution has to have some economic incentive in there, because that's what's causing the bulk of many of the problems that we have. The problem is we're not free to indulge in our own life, because if 2/3 of our life is predicated upon working 9 to 5, 8 hours, going to and fro work 2 more hours, and going to sleep at least 6, that's 16 hours. That's 2/3 of 24. So we have to squeeze the last 1/3 in. And in that 1/3, we're expected to be able to socialize with friends, family, and lovers. Never mind if you have children, because now if you got children, you got to divide the time amongst those children, your friends, family, and lovers. Then you also should be reading, you should be studying, you should be meditating, you should be praying, you should be introspecting. Why you think what you think, why you feel what you feel. You should be doing these things day to day. You should be traveling. You should have the right and the time to cook, clean, and eat. So all of that has to be squeezed into the 1/3. So what's going to happen is, in that 1/3, you're going to have to say some of these desires have to subside. You're going to have to alternate some desires, and ultimately you're going to override some of them. So what does this mean? This means that in the 1/3 that you have left that you call your life. This is when you're going to have to do your turn up. Your party, your cooking, your cleaning, your socializing with friends and family, dividing your time up amongst your children if you have children, your cooking, your cleaning, and what you're going to wind up doing is saying, well, I don't got time to cook. I'm going to eat out. Well, I ain't got time to clean. So I'm kind of messy because I got to get up in the morning. I ain't even got the time to clean. I got to get up and I got to go. Some of you don't have the time to even socialize or build the social skills so you can develop the ability to communicate with the opposite sex. Think about it. And while you may be afraid to invest with or in your own people, you are investing every day you go to work because you're putting money in someone else's pockets by working in the form of labor to help them build and produce their company. As long as you keep doing a good job, their company will further advance. And then they give you a percentage of those profits in return. That's your return, your check. You are investing every day that you work. You're just getting a very minimal deposit, and you're the one producing a great deal of the work, you and the rest of the co-workers. These are facts. These are absolute facts. So you're earning a death because what happens is your zeal to live dies out. Your drive to want to do good or do better dies out. That's what happens. And we talked about oxytocin. Damon Gibson, what's good? Peace. We talk about oxytocin. Just making sure.
What?
Yeah, tell her run that call through me first before she calls you.
No.
You watch your mouth, young lady. You watch your... Hey, these people can see you on the live stream telling me no. You watch your mouth. Don't say no like that to daddy.
Yeah.
Thank you. Say yeah.
No.
Don't say no.
I'm talking to you.
Okay. So listen, the reality of it all is this.
I called her.
Okay.
Better?
No, still not better.
What?
Run that through me before you call her. So what's important is this. Yeah, you're investing in someone else's business every day that you work. And you talking about you ain't got no investments out there. The first investment you got out there is the job that you got. You invested for someone else. You just ain't asking for much back. And then they'll convince you that you need to get a 30-year pension, right? If you work 30 years, your pension could definitely look good. And by chance, they want you to get a 30-year fixed rate mortgage. Ain't that interesting? They want you to get a 30-year fixed rate mortgage, and they want you to work a job for about 30 years. Just think about that. Let me show you this. Let me show you the world that other people are living in. While you are at work, these people in here about to do their thing, enjoy themselves. They got the bar and the cocktails and all that. Look at that. These people out here living their life. And you need to get around people living their life, right? So to speak. You need to get around it because it motivates you and it makes you realize what the heck are you doing? It makes you realize what you're not doing. Now, I'm not gonna be around a bunch of people at liberty to do what they want, when they feel it suffice, spend money unconsciously to the extent where they can say, man, you know what, I'm gonna get this $500 bottle or whatever. And guess what? Could wake up tomorrow and rest assured they don't even feel the implication of that which was spent the day before the next day in their account. That's powerful. That's powerful. That's powerful. If you don't got a job, it's not exactly the worst thing in the world. You got time on your hands to study and study as much as you can. Create viable opportunities for yourself through studying. Because I'm going to tell you something. Once you take the time out to learn information that can empower you, you become a magnet to the people, places, and things that correspond with the same. And I know that sounds spooky. But all you got in this world, if you got nothing else, is positive energy and mind. And that's all you need. The right mind and the right positive energy. The right mind and positive attitude. And positive attitude is a combination of mind and energy. So the right positive attitude, which is to say the right mind and energy, you can take things to another level. You can take things to another level. Then come to education. And the education should get you excited. Education, the right knowledge. When you come across the right information and you study it over and over, what eventually happens, you start daydreaming. It's a powerful event. And daydreams soon become visions that in turn become actualities. You have to be able to submerge yourself in the thought process that is your future. And what better way to do so than to study? Because when you read, you're left to your own vices mentally. When you read, you start questioning yourself, or you laugh and you say, man, that's deep, that's real. When you watch a stream like this, something clicks and you get that eureka vibe and you go, you know what? That makes sense. I'm on it. Somebody just wrote that right now. I'm on it. You got to do things to provoke thought. So when you provoke thought, it's the catalyst for experience. If I'm walking around here eating, sleeping, and living the thought process that is my success in whatever form that I conceive it to be per my studies, where I'm like, man, I got to study some more. I got to study some more. You know what? There's an event over here. It doesn't even cost nothing to get over there. Let me get over there and be amongst those people in that network. That's how you work your way en route. I never knew how I would arrive at the place that I'm at right now. I didn't plan to do this. I wanted to be a damn chef at one point. It's Dr. Sabi that told me, man, knock that. Dr. Sabi invested 15 bands into me to open up my first restaurant. I never saw that coming. This was the man that cured me of diabetes. So I didn't see the restaurant coming. And then when I did so many testimonials and he would laugh and he would say, man, you articulate the healing process better than anyone I've ever heard. Stop cutting up that damn okra and you need to go out here and teach the people. You're a teacher. And at that time, I fell back from teaching. I only teach in my restaurant and do my thing. Right there in Bed-Stuy, Alkaline restaurant. People used to come from out of town and eat that food. And those of you that know me from the lectures, you know, we used to do the catering. And many of y'all saw how the lines would be for my lectures. Just for the food. We used to come with tons of food and still sell out, it feels like, in the first less than an hour. And no matter how much we doubled up and tripled up, we can never make it to the intermission. The food was a distraction to such an extent that we had to tell people no more serving until halftime. And that, if you into chefing, if you into cooking for people, it's the best feeling to be so appreciated. And I used to cook before my lectures. I'm writing the books, producing the books, doing the lecture and cooking the food, doing the marketing, doing the promotion. Dealing with the live stream, all of that, pay-per-views, doing the debate and all of that. I'm so fulfilled. Because if you love what you do, you never work a day in your life. If you love what you do, you never work a day in your life. You gotta love what you do. And if you love what you do, many people who don't love their life will hate you. Because the goal and the concept is no different from someone wearing a gold chain that's very expensive in the hood when nobody got. They say, what the heck is he doing? Walking around here smiling in our hood like shit sweet. That's what they say. We gonna get him. Oh, you wanna pull up in a nice car? Let's rob him. You know why? He acting like other people ain't over here starving or hurting. He got the nerve to be over here happy amongst people that's depressed. So nothing changed. Conscious community, same way. We over here talking about the white man and how he's murdering our people and killing our people and how he's perpetrating acts of racial animus in the form of police brutality against our people. And this Negro Polight trying to put y'all to sleep by making you want to go party and buy nice clothes and drive expensive cars and go to beautiful places around the world and eat dishes that may be a bit expensive but very exotic and very unique and very different. But never did they tell you I do that for energy purposes. I'm going to give y'all some words of advice for people who have absolutely nothing. Let's give you some words of advice for those who have absolutely nothing. If there's any beautiful view in the city, invest your time and energy to access the view of the whole city. It opens up corridors in your consciousness. It stimulates neurons and causes the neurons to fire from one side of the brain to the next, and in turn it creates an information highway that sews your brain together. And the more tightly knit your cerebral left and your cerebral right hemisphere is, the more you are able to facilitate efficient thinking. You don't lose your thoughts. And one thought leads to the next. Because them dendrites that's creating information highways across one side of the brain to the next, you're making the connections. So when people say no words can express how I feel, it's because they're yet to make a connection amongst the words that's on the left side of the brain and expression on the right side of the brain. Because the left side of the brain deals with science, math, language, and reading. And then the right side of the brain deals with emotion, music, art, expression. So when no words can express how you feel, it's because there's a disconnect amongst words on the left and expression on the right. Looking at views gives you the impression that there's a whole world out here that you could participate in. Because while you're going to work every day, you don't see the world for what it is. Because you're busy thinking about what you got to do at the job for somebody else. Sometimes you got to stop and just look at the world. Stop and just look at the view. And this may mean nothing to you until you do it. It means nothing to you until you do it. That's why a lot of times when I stream, I'm always streaming by a view. You need to stream by a view. It actually stimulates consciousness. It actually provokes thinking. And we want to provoke thinking because when you have no job or you feel like you're stuck, even if you got a job, you want something to instigate thought. So staring at a world view will inspire you. Staring at a wide, beautiful view of the city will inspire thinking. It will provoke thinking. It will encourage thoughts. It will, when I say provoke thinking, it would initiate thoughts that you would not have ever had you not subjected yourself to the view. Because it speaks to you. The city, the trees, and the energies thereof that you see and don't see. The architecture. Ideas come to you as the crane is moving around. Seeing cars down there drive. It provokes thinking. But I know. Simple stuff. Here's another thing you can do. For those who say, I have absolutely no money. I got absolutely no money. What do I do, Polight? This is going to be corny to you. But a wise man, King Simon told me this too. Said TTP. And after you TTP, TTMP. Talk to people. After that, talk to more people. When I came out to Cali, I felt like people were very nosy. I said, man, ever since I moved around a little bit more or a lot more other folks, I can't say white folks, there's more than white people. Ever since I moved away from a bunch of black folks and got around a bunch of other folks, the transition was difficult at first. Because I'm like, everybody's nosy. Like, why do people want to know what I do? I'm insecure because I ain't really doing much. So I'm like, why you want to know what I'm doing? Get out of my business. Hey, how's your name? Hey, my name is Bob. So what do you do? I'm like, damn, that was quick. You want my social security number, birth certificate too? Why you want to be all my business? That was the insecure me. Eventually, I learned, they're networking. They're looking to find out how we can complement each other or where we may be compatible and leverage that, either for a friend or themselves immediately. I didn't know this. I wasn't taught this. And I don't go out my way to find out other people's business. So I thought I was being nosy if I turn around and ask her. Now, I'm the same way. Hey, what's up? Yeah, I'm Brother Polight. Hey, what you do? They ask me what I do. I do comparative studies of monotheistic religions in retrospect to them being influenced by cultures of antiquity. I ain't gonna say I'm out on them streets arguing with Hebrew Israelites. Disputing if they can have babies with 12-year-olds. I'm not gonna say that. The more refined way to communicate that idea is that I do comparative studies of monotheistic religions in retrospect to them being influenced by cultures of antiquity. That's the way to do that. And then depending on the nature of the conversation or who I'm talking to or their artistry, I might be the author of 90+ books. Fluent in over 7 languages, one of which that I've created. It depends if I'm talking to a director, screenwriter, screenplay writer, or whatever the case may be. Because what you don't want to do is overload somebody on the multitude of gifts that you have. So you make sure you speak specifically to the gift that corresponds with the person that you're communicating with. That's why you got to find out who you're talking to. I have a knowledge of who you're talking to. Here's another thing that you're going to do. If you have no money, absolutely none, or you have very little money, this is for people who work a 9 to 5, and it's for people who have no job whatsoever and they just flat broke whether they got a job or not. living check to check. And I only could tell you the things that work for me. That for people that I teach, it's working for them as well. Now, I know a lot of nuances and put this money here and this money comes back. You can holler at me for that. Brother Polight, 45@gmail.com. If you're interested in mentorship, send your full name, send your phone number, and I'll give you a ring personally. I do my best to. If I take a day or two, a month, it happens. But do it. You do it today, I get you today. Tomorrow, the latest. Word is bond. That's how I'm going to deal with you. But listen to this. Here's another thing that you do. TTP or TTMP, right? So watch this. This is what you're going to do. Share this video because there's excellent advice in this video. Don't sleep on this free information. It costs you nothing. Get your view. Never be ashamed to ask somebody what they do. Never be ashamed to tell them what you do. But if you say, then you need to become more refined in your communication. That everybody that I mentor, I say, so what exactly do you do? Well, this is my purpose, brother. We're going to get that out of your damn mouth. Sister, you can't stutter when we ask you, what is it that you do? And the way you say that what you do, it has to be impressive. And don't lie now. Make sure it's in conformity with who and what you are. You got to know what you do. Because now you're going to start talking to people. And people are going to ask you what you do. Because you should and you need to ask people what they do. And you need to find out the type of people that you need. And never underestimate anybody that tells you anything they do. Take everybody's card. Demand that they give you a card. Follow up and get a phone number. Text them after you've spoken to them. You got to do that. You have to do that. You have to follow up and you have to speak to them. Because if you don't follow up, if you don't tell them what it is that you do exactly, then guess what's going to happen? They will never know. If you don't follow up in a text, say, thanks, man, great for meeting you. How will they remember you when you decide to communicate with them a month later? Make it your duty and your responsibility to show people you were impressed by their existence. It speaks to everybody's ego. Follow up is very important. Now, the next question is, okay, I'm going to talk to more people, but everybody I talk to, they in the same position I'm in because you're in the same hood. Hence the reason you need to leave your hood. So if you don't got a job, make it your duty to leave every single day like you got to go to work. Be clean shaven. Buy you some clippers so you don't got to keep buying haircuts from people in barbershops until you could afford to do so. You know, we're not going to be living in luxury yet. You got to live subpar before you go above par. You're going to dress up like you got to go to work every day, and this is what you're going to do when you dress up to go to work every day. Because what's your job? What is your job? Your job is to become the best version of yourself. What do you do for a living when you have absolutely nothing? The same thing you do when you have it all. To be the best version of yourself. Listen to me carefully. This is dope. So from now on, what do you do for a living? Somebody, yo, what you do for a living? Well, first and foremost, what I do for a living is become the best version of myself. And that answer doesn't change no matter how much money I make. Here's the next thing. You have no money, you have a little bit of money, it doesn't matter. Follow these instructions. I'm giving you the jewels. These are my secrets. Wait till you see my newest book. It's going to be me. Download that Brother Polight app. This is what you got to do. And this is real talk. Walk with me. Hold my hand. Thank you, family. Roland said this is good. Thank you. Thank you, Nat Mary. B. McCoy, I appreciate you. Marcus Scott, thank you. Definitely 100. This is what you do. I used to, when I was just coming up out here, I'm telling y'all these secrets, man. Take me serious. Do this in your city and state. Find out where all the wealthy, sophisticated people go. I'm giving you my damn secrets, man. This is worth a lot. Don't play me. Let me get back in the sun soon, okay? This is what we're going to do. You're going to go to where all the movers and shakers go in your city. And the restaurants is super expensive. Set you up an appointment or what have you. And what you going to do? So long as it ain't one of those restaurants with a minimum $75, you got to come in. Avoid those ones because you're looking to come up. Pardon the word, try. Separate from that, you're going to go to one of the highest, most revered restaurants where you know all the great people go to. And what you're going to do, you're not going there to talk to Denzel if he does show up. And if he don't show up, it's a fail. No, if you see him, that's not the goal. Because those ain't the people you need to talk to. The people you see on TV ain't the people that put you on. So don't worry about that. What you're going to do is you're going to go to these high-profile restaurants, and all you're going to do is order soup. A soup you could afford. Some bread and butter. And now you got a reason to be in there. And what you're going to look for is for the people that show up to their business dinner or engagements earlier than the rest of their party. And you're going to make conversation with them. You're going to TTP. And after you talk to people, you're going to TTMP. You're going to talk to more people. You're going to go over there and say, hey, man, I know it's you over there, man. I love your style. If you really do. Talk about what's true. Don't make up no stuff now, because being fake ain't part of the energy you want to deal with. Talk about what you like. Find something you like about that person's demeanor or disposition and speak to that, because in that, your communication won't be fake and it'll be more fluid and expansive because you'll be speaking about something that comes from your heart. So if you love their style, speak about their style. If you don't know much about style, start studying style so you can say, oh, those are Giuseppe's. I noticed you got a pair of Giuseppe's on. Because it's dope when you don't have a name branded on the clothing, but you're able to identify, yeah, those are some $3,000 shoes right there. And if you don't know, spend your time going into those stores so you can identify it for what it is, because clothes are conversation starters. You know, but this is a dinner and your clothes are the starters. All right? Conversation is dinner and the clothes are starters. So what you're going to do is, hey, my name is such and such. You look familiar, or I noticed you was just sitting here by yourself. I just love your demeanor, your disposition. You remind me of someone I saw before. Say something that has substance or speak to their style. You know, excuse me, you mind me asking, what do you do? Because a person with your savvy or your disposition has me impressed from the other side of the room. You know, we're not talking no pickup lines. We're not looking to bag nobody or get nobody's phone number. We just want to find out what are people doing in this place and what the average type of person that comes into this place is. That's what we want. I want to know the average type of person that comes into this restaurant. Oh, many of the movie directors and actors come here. Many of the ball players go over here. What you're going to do? You're going to take numbers. Eventually, you're going to stumble across people who are heavy behind the scenes. It's a fact. Now your network is your net worth. What does this mean? Well, let's say I meet somebody and I look them up. How do you look people up? There's a beautiful thing called IMDb. I'm telling you, you probably won't even understand what I'm giving you. If you type in IMDb, many of you don't know about it. Type it in. Anybody that's ever been in any kind of film or any kind of movie, ever wrote for a movie, directed a movie, you type their name in, it will come up all over the world. You can find out what movie's going to come out in 2018, 2019, 2020. Why is that important? I'm giving you some secrets here. It's crazy, because this video will never do the amount of views it should do. I don't know how much views it's going to do. But what happens is, you can tell who the casting agent is going to be, or who's doing the casting, right? And by casting, we mean who's the person looking to profile people to decide who's going to be the good criminal for the movie, who's going to be the teacher for the movie, who's going to be the drug dealer for the movie, who's going to be the superhero for the movie. And guess what? The movie ain't coming out until 2020. This one ain't coming out to 2021. This one ain't coming out to 2019. They ain't do the casting yet. This is the casting director. So guess what? Now I look up the casting director. Now I'm going to go online and see if that casting director got a birthday party or if they're going to be celebrating something in particular. And then guess what? I'm going to bump up. I'm going to wind up at their little party one day. Because they're only a casting director, they ain't as popular as the movie stars that get in their movies. And as an aspiring actor, I'm going to just wind up there at the same time. I'm going to learn enough information about that person so I can converse with them about their works. I'm going to study their works. I'm going to find out about their life. And if I'm intrigued by any part of their life or any part of their works, that is going to be the conversation when I shake their hand. And even if it is just a 2-minute conversation with them, it's 2 minutes more than I had with them before I met him, and it'll be another 2 minutes that I'll compound interest on the next time I see him. How will I know I'm going to see them the next time? Because I'm going to use the same resources to find them a second time until I become a familiar face. And guess what? The restaurants that I go to, I always go to over and over and over again. So I become a familiar face. When I go to basketball games and I sit courtside, I don't sit there to watch the game. I love basketball, but I sit there because it's one of the few opportunities in the world where you could be around so many wealthy people with no security. And if they see you over and over, they will come to you because they start learning themselves. I need to talk to people because I know who this person is. I know who that person is. But who the hell is this person? And you know, I come dressed to impress. I'm sitting courtside, and everybody's a rapper. And everybody's in sports, music, and entertainment. And everybody's a high-profile attorney. But who the hell is this guy? That's the question I always... Yo, what do you do? Because next to Jay-Z, next to Beyonce, next to Big Sean, you know, next to all these people, next to Keanu Reeves, next to Jack Nicholson, who the hell is this guy that shows up every single day? And I come so full of myself because I know I'm going to see these people over and over. I just come dressed out, do my thing, come with my wives. I just do me, and I just sit there. Because now, because I know I'm going to constantly see you, I ain't even say nothing to you. I'm going to just keep showing up. Because eventually you're going to say something to me. Or at least now I can give you a head nod. Because guess what? Just like in high school, there's people you never talk to every day you saw in high school. But one day you seen them in a community somewhere, your community or someone else's, and y'all said, what's up? Because you recognize each other from a familiar setting that you always see each other, but you never talk. So now you're in a different setting. It's a social context to this where you just realize the necessity to say hi, because we both recognize each other from somewhere else that we don't talk to each other at, but we will now that it's a different occasion, a separate environment or atmosphere. So the same thing works. I see people at the basketball game over and over and over again. They'll see me do my thing. Then guess what? I see them at another event. It could be red carpet. It could be a restaurant. Now I have the right to say what's up. Or they'll turn around and say, hey, what's up? These are facts. These are all facts. These are all facts. Yep. And so after eating in the same restaurant, only buying soup month after month, I can tell you so much about soup. I could break soup down because I was like, yo, I can't buy all these expensive dishes, man. For a damn veggie burger, they wanted $35. Now that means nothing to me. But before, I used to be like, I could feel the impact of that burger in my pockets. I'm thinking, oh, let me get a veggie burger, the vegan burger. Oh yeah, but the quinoa and kale, yeah, $35 plus tax, sir. And we deducted the automatic tip. I'm like, the automatic tip is like $10. Did I just spend $45 for a freaking vegan burger? I'll do the soup. And if the soup too steep, I'll do the free bread and butter, and we'll keep rotating these free breads until I work my way out of here. You walking with me? Yeah. But this is how you do things with no money. Now watch this. Now after months of doing this, even after a month of doing this, it depends how hard you are working at your job to be the best version of yourself. Being the best version of yourself is a job. Watch this, man. Watch this. Now I got a bunch of cards. What I'm going to do? I'm putting this thing in order. Whether it's in my phone, because it's computer today. And I'm going to compartmentalize this based on people's profession. So I got actors over here. Soon to be actors, upcoming actors. Maybe I did get somebody's number who really doing it. Doesn't matter. On every level, everyone's respected. I got actors here. I got directors here. I got agents here. I got attorneys here. I got lawyers here. You know, I got publicists here. It just goes down the line. I got a bunch of different people with different skill sets and professions. And I break them down into several categories. I break them down into their net worth. If it's possible to find what their net worth is, you'll find out why. It's not because I'm looking to get in their pockets. No, you'll see. So I look at it and I break it down based on people who is in a certain tax bracket, based on people, based on their profession. So I base it off of people's profession and their net worth. And then now I got to do a few permutations, because sometimes some people wind up in the same group because they happen to share the same net worth, and they're in the same genre of expertise. Why is this important? Because now that Polight has a basketball friend who plays in the NBA, and he's making, you know, he got $10 million. He's worth $30 million or what have you. I also know a billionaire. I didn't know he's a billionaire. Don't nobody know many billionaires that's sitting down. You get in a conversation with these people, oh man, this dude is a billionaire. This dude got $800 million. So what you do, you tell your $30 million friend, I want you to meet somebody who got $1 billion. Who's going to say no? Now, my $30 million friend feels obligated to start introducing me to certain people because I put him on to the billionaire. If it works out, because my millionaire basketball friend may want to start a technology company, and my billionaire friend is into tech, and that's where he made his billions, or a large percentage of his money. And now my network is my net worth, and what I'm doing is connecting people because I got all the dots in the form of all these business cards. So now I'm gonna start connecting the dots based on these business cards. And I'm known in the city to help initiate events, circumstances, or opportunities amongst people that are in different tax brackets that need each other, and I'm the facilitator. So oftentimes they say, Polight, we want you to jump on the project, man. It's only right that you do it. Or at the very least, what's worth more money to me than that, Polight, I want to introduce you to somebody. Oh, Polight, look, I'm having lunch with such and such. Come down the block. I want you to meet them. This is the brother that I told you about. He taught me a lot of stuff. I met him in a restaurant with everybody talk. Yo, I met Polight in a restaurant. I met him at a basketball game. I met him because I'm working all the time on being the best version of myself. My part-time job is being the best version of myself when I'm not lecturing, when I'm not teaching, when I'm not writing books. All of that could be my profession. But the second I'm out of the conventional sense of a profession, my other job that I clock in is being the best version of myself. And that's the priority. And part of me being the best version of myself is to constantly move and shake, is to constantly talk with people, talk to people and talk to more people. I'm telling you some real stuff. This costs you no money. But you need personality. You need personality. You're not going to do as good when you first start talking to people. You're going to be dry. But once you do it enough, man, you know this one, you know that one, you know. And the next thing you know, you damn near running the city. I ain't gonna say I run the city, but I feel like on many nights I run the city because I can't walk nowhere without people who don't recognize me from teaching based on my gifts. And if those that don't recognize me from that, they recognize me from networking. So by the time I'm done, I could barely walk down a block without people of all races. Yo, brother Polight, hey man, yo, what you doing tonight? Yo, come through. Yo, we had Jamie Foxx party tonight in his house. All right, come through. Yeah, I got you. Yo, I want to introduce you to this one. And as you keep showing up to these events again, there's people who constantly looking at you that you constantly missing. That's like, yo, what's your name, man? I seen you at the basketball game. There's another time I seen you eating soup at this restaurant. And now you over here at this house. I mean, it's only right I keep seeing you. I just want to tell you, da-da-da. Yo, so what exactly do you do, brother? I'll be battling Hebrew Israelites about, comparative studies, there's some religions. Or now, I got a wider range, so I can tell people, you know, writing screenplays. I can tell people because now I got put on from networking and connecting people with so many different things. They want to put me on in return. So your network is your net worth. Your network is your net worth. And I just showed you how to make your relationships money. Because the producer needs the director needs the actor. Hey, I need somebody that, you know, it's not no ego, but I can get them my IMDb credit. You got to learn now about the game. Because the IMDb credit is worth more than any money you're going to get to be in a film. So a person that wants an IMDb credit, because they get 3 of them, then they can be part of the union, and they can be part of SAG Ultra, and then they can start applying for credit, and it's a whole nother universe. Now they can get free dental and all sorts of stuff once they become part of the Screen and Actors Guild. There's a lot of stuff that has to be learned. It's crazy. There's a lot I really got to build with y'all about. But I'm sharing with you. And like I said, this is going to go over a lot of people's head, because I say, you know what? I could talk to you about what you need to put your money into. But you could call me for that, and we could do that. And I could do other streams on, yo, put your money here, set up a qualified retirement plan. It's a cash and tax deferrable compensation arrangement plan. Oh, this is a specific, this is affidavit, specific negative avertment with opportunity to kill and counterclaim and admiralty. We could talk about all of those negative avertments and everything like that. We could do all of that. But I like to mix it up and also tell you the things that cost you no money. But you got to have your confidence, you got to have a vision, and you just let the universe take you somewhere. And go to these events. This event's constantly going on that cost you nothing. And mingle with people and figure out what's going on, because you'd be surprised what people are making money off of. And you'll meet people and people will just put you on. Yo, bro, you know what? You a good guy, man. Just come in here. Job pays $500. Next thing you take that job deserves another job. Next thing you know, you're on a path. Next thing you know, a year later, you're the one providing the same opportunity for other people, and maybe even better. I can't explain to you what path this is going to take you on. I'm just putting you on the road. I'm putting you on the path. It's going to be a fork, and in either one of the three directions you go, you can't lose because you're in a creative route. You're positive in mind. You're positive in energy. Facts, man. Yeah, but my mentoring is finance or holistic health. Okay, that's what we do with the mentoring. That's finance or holistic health. And then in between that, I share this type of game when the opportunity presents itself. I'm talking to somebody that's vibrant, very receptive. I get it in. I do my 30-minute sessions, but you know, sometimes we're going to go over because I start building and I get into this. This is what I really want to coach people on, man. But you know, people see more value in the stuff that they're going to get a return in the form of fiat. So, you know, I do that. If I was to just charge you on how to become a success, just in itself, and you look, I put up a price, I'm gonna build with you and get it in. I do that for $1,000, and I think this is worth thousands of dollars because I can make people's heads spin on the many things that they can do. I would do that for a band, but the Negroes would say, "Man, I paid $1,000, I ain't getting no thousands back." So I don't do that. So I just make sure you put your money up. I make sure I get you a return. I teach you how to get your return, and you make that month to month, and it's reciprocity as far as people's concerned. But in my opinion, this is the information that's going to get you where you got to go. There's the mechanical approach, and I teach the mechanical approach because it's effective. It give you income month to month. If you got some loose dollars, you put some money up, you know, because I do charge. I charge $200 an hour for consulting, $300 an hour in person. And then my mentorships is more elaborate in detail, so they obviously cost more money for me to give you a program and commit to you for 30 to 45 business days and get you up and running and in shape. That's something totally different. But this information right here, this is the information I really like to teach. So I be squeezing it in the middle of my programs because you could do so much. You could accomplish so much, and it's surprising how much of the world you haven't accessed yet. You need to go out there and you need to move and shake. Get into art. There's some powerful people in powerful position in the art world, and they kept us from it because they know this. Powerful people in the art world. You need to get a part. You need to be a part of the art world. I told you there'd be no revolution until we get into art. You can't have a revolution void of art. You cannot have a revolution void of art. I'm just in a different space, different frame of mind. Oh man, you moved from your people. I had to move from my people because with the demographic that I was around, they don't vibrate on this level. It's set up like that by design. Not that black people can't. It's just the environment. There's not enough educational tools or resources there for people to excel or raise their frequency. So unfortunately, I had to go in a more diverse community where people's skill sets are more diverse. And the focal point is in police brutality. And the focal point is in baby mama drama and child support. And the focal point is in poverty. You have to leave the community and go where people are excelling, so you could assimilate or process that data, and then you could bring that energy and information back to your community. But what you may have to do is leave your community for longer and longer spurts until you completely get out. And as sad as that may sound for some people, you got to stay where the frequency is high, because you wind up conforming to the frequency. So if the frequency for success is high in a community, you'll start succeeding. If the frequency for failure is at an all-time high in the community, you will feel like it's a fight just to transcend. You will feel like it's a fight just to come up. This is what I'm explaining to people. I ain't leave my community because I hate my people. The frequency is too low because people are too depressed, and I get it. I understand what they're upset about, but that don't mean I need to stay there and be subject to that same anxiety. I hope people understand what I'm saying. I don't hate my people. It's just I had to leave. And I'm happy that I left. And when I come back into the community, I'm pumped up. And I raise people's energy, and I let them know there's more than hope out there. And I give them some critical facts, but then I will go again. Because in that low frequency, they want to kill you. They'll celebrate you until you stay around looking all happy. Then they'll kill you for your happiness because they're upset, and they'll hold your happiness against you. This is a fact. This is what I know personally. I'm not sharing something with you that's mythos. This is what I know. Come on, baby, let's get into the sun. I apologize. Thank you for keeping me company. You know, Daddy got to go in, man. This is important information. And as you get older and older, you're like, man, I heard my daddy tell me this before. But you know, my daughter, I taught her the TTP, TTMP. So she don't go nowhere without, hey, what's your number? I mean, it'd be grown adults and stuff, she see them into art and everything. Say, hey, my name is Ma'at. I see that you do this, that, and the third, and I'm interested in it. Do you have any programs for children? She go in. She sees tennis, somebody with a tennis racket. So do you play tennis? Actually, I train, this, that, and the third. You know, I would like to train, da-da-da. And people would just be right or wrong. You be moving like that or not?
I do.
She always gets people's phone numbers and contact information. She brings it back to us. She says, look, I met this person over here. I'm like, well, yo, you was just at the pool. How when we leave, when I go pick her up, everybody, bye, man. I'm like, yo, the whole pool? Her contact list is amazing. And we show up. It's like, yo, so who do you know? Well, I know this one, I know that one, I know this one, I know that. That's how we roll. So she's a beast when it comes to that, man. She goes super hard. I be so proud of her.
Well, because when it comes to what I really want, I gotta go hard.
That's right. Say that again.
When it comes to what I really want, I gotta go hard.
That's right. Say it one more time. That motorcycle came by.
When it comes to what I want, I really gotta go hard.
That's right. You gotta go hard when it comes to what you want, right?
Yeah.
That's what I'm talking about. That's my beautiful girl, man. That's what I'm talking about. When it comes to what she wants, she really gotta go hard. You hear that? Facts, man. I'm talking to y'all about some real. I mean, I got stuff for days that I could tell you. Of course, you know bread, but it'll create those opportunities. You just gotta have the positivity, the mindset. I'm not gaming none of you. I ain't charge you for none of this. So, I mean, what do you lose? You could take heed to it, or you could say, hey, he just wasting my time on the stream. But I'm telling you, there's a lot to be learned and a lot that you can gain from this information. Actually, let's go this way, baby. Let's take a little, hang outside a little longer before we get out of here, you know? I enjoy your company a lot. Thank you. I really appreciate you. Yeah. Yeah, man. So we saucing. And you know, I teach my baby girl. See, that stuff you're not gonna learn in school. You know, social settings, environments, how to present yourself, how to introduce yourself. What's my name? You know? Well, okay, I'm the daughter of Brother Polight. My father does da 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 da. You know, so I'm aspiring actress and musician. You know, when you see a young child come off like that, you know how much gigs and opportunities she get? It's wild because she can represent herself. So I don't have to come in there as daddy the manager. She could talk on her own behalf. Then she could defer the adult's attention to daddy when it starts getting technical. Like, okay, you could talk to my father about that. But she can introduce herself. And that's information that if something happens to me, she can still thrive in this world because she got taught the essentials. She got taught the necessary as far as I'm concerned. Because if you don't know how to socialize, then what good is it learning math and science and the rest of those different things? You know, you can pick up all these other accolades that they teach you in school, but if you don't learn how to socialize and connect with the human spirit, then you severely handicapped in this world if you lose your job or something goes wrong or something goes out the direction that you want it to go in. These are facts. All facts. These are all facts. Right, baby?
Yeah.
That's what I'm talking about. Very proud of this girl right here. That's why we be rolling, man. We be hanging out, we talking. You know, daddy talk for hours. I just build, constantly build, because it don't matter what she remember. Pardon me, it don't matter what she forget. All that matters is that she remember. So whatever she absorbed, it was all good anyway, because it's nothing but truth being spit. I don't worry about, yo, what if she don't remember this, that, nah. You should be concerned with what she gonna remember. Because whatever she remembers is gonna tie, she gonna be able to connect the dots. Now, you never forget nothing, really. When something gets said, oh man, I remember my father said something like that. And then it all comes back to the surface because it's relevant at that time. Once it's relevant, the memory come right back. So we good. And that's how we gonna do things. Yeah. So proud of her. So proud of her, man. I love her so much. we got to get in our time. We play basketball together.
Yeah.
We build about the universe.
That is a good teacher.
Oh man, thank you so much. Thank you so much. We build about the universe and energy and the power of the mind, right? Science. We go to museums together, right?
Yeah.
Do all of that. Go to real nice restaurants together, right?
Yeah.
And you learn. You got a quiet taste for the different types of foods you like. I mean, she tell you her restaurant list around the world, man. You be like, that's crazy that she know all those things, man. She really, she's a headache if you ain't got your pockets right, man, because she's so used to a certain lifestyle. And like I said, I don't think she even realized yet how dope and how deep she is. Because it's not like I told her, this is it, this is that. We could go to the little kiddie spots, we could do all of that. She just is more impelled to style and refinement. These are her decisions, because I'll never encourage her to grow older than she need be. You know, and that's where a lot of people go wrong, because they think I'm over here like, grow up fast, grow up fast. No, I'm over here preparing her for the world as a young black woman, and understanding what her daddy and what her mother is subject to as black parents. Okay, the obstacles thereof. I can't teach her how it's like to be a white person. I gotta teach her how it's like in this cold world, the pros and the cons when it comes to being black. Because believe it or not, people, there's definitely a lot of pros. And that's what we gotta thrive off of. We can't be crying about the cons. We gotta understand how we can be hindered and why. And that's it. Other than that, we gotta leave that information alone. We can't be over here crying about the situation and the times. They exist and we live here, so we just gotta figure it out. But nonetheless, we can't be oblivious to it either. So I just take the time out and make sure she understands both. But we're gonna spend a lot of time on positivity. She's young, she's positive, you know, she's brilliant, and I don't wanna waste her youth with adult concerns that are gonna remain concerns when she becomes an adult. She's gonna change the world, but I'm gonna allow her to decide how her contribution or what her import is gonna be. Word. That's what it is. We just hang out, just walk. To be with Dad, you gotta do a lot of walking, right?
Yeah, but it's fun because I love hiking.
Oh yeah.
That's like a lot of walking.
Yeah. This girl loves to go on hikes. She got Daddy on that one. I don't hike as much. I need to hike more with her. Get that exercise in. Yeah, the treadmill is not all of that. Treadmill throws off your proprioception because your body's used to seeing the landscape change as you're walking. When you're on the treadmill, the landscape don't change. That's the reason why you get dizzy when you first come off the treadmill. Throws off your proprioception. It's really not that healthy. It's best to just get on a real walk. That's a whole nother conversation. So that's why she was taught to make sure you do the hike. Get off the treadmill, don't play those games. There's a lot of conversation out here. There's a whole lot of conversation out here, people. I'm telling you, there's a lot of conversation out here that needs to be had. And a lot of it is taking place with the youth and the daddy. The youth and the daddy. So yeah, go to brotherpolight45@gmail.com if you're interested in the mentorship program. Leave your full name and your phone number. Stop hesitating. But this is some free game right here. Some of the best game you ever gonna hear. And I just wanted to switch it up and just give you some of the stuff for the people that say, man, I got absolutely nothing. What do I start off with? This is what you start off with when you got absolutely nothing. You got everything. Talking about you got absolutely nothing. I just gave you everything. You got everything. You got a personality. You ain't got to work on it. Develop it. Study comedians. You know, watch their interviews. Watch their dialogues. It's real talk. You can become more refined in your approach towards communicating with the real world, not taking things too serious, but understanding the severity of certain actions or the consequences thereof. There's different approaches. Learn them and master the best version of yourself. Master that. That's how you win. Woo. Yeah, despite all the fun cars, we get it in. What's your favorite car Daddy be driving? Which one you be liking?
So hard.
Is it the Slingshot? Is it the Ghost? Is it the I-8? Is it the Porsche? That's all Daddy dealing with right now.
The Slingshot.
You like the Slingshot? I know that. How I knew that already? I should have typed it in there to prove to people. I know what you like. You have your biggest smile in that 3-wheel car. I think you like the Ghost because it got the table that pulls out from the seat in the TV.
Yeah, the Ghost.
I think you like that.
And the Porsche.
You like the Porsche?
Yeah.
Yeah, I ain't a huge fan of the Porsche. I'm learning it. Them red interior seats gotta go. Daddy like a lot of blue, like purple. No, I like the vibration. But I ain't knocking nobody that like red. I just like the blue and the purple vibrations. It's pretty cool. Also like gray. Gray is pretty dope too. My baby girl, man.
Love you.
I love you too, baby. I love you too. Oh man. What a great day. We just be walking.
And talking.
And talking, that's right. Walking and talking. Walk it like I talk. Walk it like I talk. Walk it like I talk. Walk it like I talk it. Yeah, walk it like I talk. At any random moment, we might start dancing. You gotta get used to that. People be like, yo, they roll their windows down, they hear the music, and they go, I don't hear nothing. It's all up here. It's all up here. We walk it like we talk it. Ain't nothing wrong with walking it like you talk it. Yeah, family. Yeah, just email me at brother, POLIGHT 45 at gmail.com. Remember, everybody needs a coach. Everybody needs a coach. Everybody needs a trainer. Everybody needs a psychologist. Somebody that puts you on the path, gives you some direction or incentive. They studied it, and most importantly, they should have a great deal of experience in some capacity with the subject matter. That's what's important. Everybody has a coach. But when it comes to this money, when it comes to health, who's the health coach? Where's the health coach at? We need that. We need a health coach. Where's that at? Where's the financial coach? Where's that at? No, you're supposed to be out there on the limb attempting to figure this all out by yourself, huh? It's crazy. So yeah, hit us up. About to finish our daddy-daughter time. Thank you, Matt At, for allowing me to share you and our time with them.
No problem.
We love these people too. Okay? They are people. We gotta love them. Same way we love each other. We gotta love them. Okay?
Okay.
Share information and inspire them to do their daddy-daughter days and they mommy-daughter and they mommy-son and they daddy-son and the whole family. Mommy-daughter, daddy, son. Get it all together. Do it in, mix it up, bring your friends and the family. We gotta do it all. And continue to share the video. Watch it over and over again. It's all love. Gotta send you positivity. Like I said, I don't want to fill my channel up with a bunch of conversation about who's oppressing black people. I'm not with all of that conversation all the time. It's annoying. There's enough people exploiting us and benefiting off of those conversations and monetizing all that negativity. I will probably be the last person on most occasions to even speak about somebody who just got gunned down or shot, because y'all gonna hear about it from so many different people. We gotta give you the positive aspect of the world too. We're not at loss for it, so we'll figure it out. Positive aspect of the world is just as important. Right, boo-boo?
Right.
Positive energy is important.
It
Little
is.
beautiful eyes. Beautiful eyes. Beautiful cheeks. Beautiful lips. Beautiful big nose and big eyes and beautiful forehead. Your mama got an East forehead. Beautiful young lady. I love her so much. Alright, y'all. Talk to you later. Gonna live out the rest of this day. See y'all tomorrow. We're gonna keep grinding. Touch base. Stop hesitating. I'm willing to do a little extra for you. I ain't going to say what exactly it is, but if you're interested in purchasing the mentorship or any of the consultations, I'm going to show some love. I'm just not going to say what exactly it is. I'm going to let y'all be sincere and realistic, and if you're ready to roll, I'm ready to roll. I'm just feeling like that right now. I'm going to overload myself with work, more than likely, depending on how much the response is, but we're going to get it in. Peace and many blessings. Say bye-bye, baby.
Bye.
I said
Peace
say bye-bye, baby. See? You ain't following the instructions. Bye-bye, baby. See? Say bye-bye, baby.
Peace out.
Just like your mother. Don't listen to me for nothing. I teach everybody in the world. You guys don't want to listen to me. What's wrong with y'all? Alright. See how my baby girl be defying me?
Baby.
There she go. Bye. You can say the bye-bye, baby. So funny. Alright, I'm gonna talk to y'all later. Peace. Love you all. Love you all. Keep it positive. Keep it filled with love. Take care of your children. Hug your wife when she get in the house and just tell her you love her. Hug your man when you get in the house. Tell them the same. Tell your children you love them 1,000 times, and after that, when they tired of it, tell them 1,000 more times over. Just keep it positive, man, and that would be your success. Don't let nothing that appears to be a hindrance or a blockade or a stumble block tear you down or stifle you in terms of your momentum or energy. Go out there and talk to some people and buy you some time on planet Earth until the connections are made. Talk to people. When you're done talking to people, talk to more people. TTP, y'all. After that, TTMP. That's on the next shirt out there. TTP, and after that, TTMP. Talk to people and talk to more people. Find out what they're doing and tell them what you do. And listen to yourself, explain yourself. And if you don't like how you sound and your explanation or your demonstration about who you are, make it more refined and practice again. Practice being the best version of yourself, and you will never lose. That should be your full-time job. But right now, if it's your part-time, make it your part-time. Let's get it. I love y'all so much. Let's keep it love, man. That's all it is. Keep it love. Peace.